beautiful people, and welcome to episode 2, I would say, of the Mindset and Muscle podcast. Episode 1 was just an intro video, so I don't know if I should be calling this one episode 1 or episode 2, but let's call it episode 2 and get it over with. So today we're talking about winter. By the time I'm recording this, winter is coming. I'm surprised it's not here already. I live in Canada and it's not snowing yet in Edmonton. I don't want to jinx it, but also I'm welcoming snow if it's coming. If it's not coming for a little bit, I'm enjoying the last rest of fall. I'm still calling it fall until it snows. Just putting that out there. It's still fall until it snows. But by the time this episode is out in December, then winter would have been here. So we're gonna talk about everything winter, how to romanticize winter. That's a big thing. Romanticizing my whole life is so important to me. I just love feeling like the main character in my movie. Sometimes I just like walk around with music and then I just kind of strut around like the main character, and that's totally fine. You should too if you want to. Sometimes I'm just listening to a podcast though, so no strutting, but still I kind of feel like I'm in my own world and it's great. Anyway, so winter does not mean that we have to be sad and lonely and let seasonal depression win. No. Again, let's romanticize it. I have, how many steps do I have here? 11 steps. I say steps, but some of them aren't necessarily in order. It's just kind of like 11 ways that you can romanticize winter. So let's get started. The first step is to take care of yourself. Don't neglect yourself. Just because it's getting dark sooner and it's getting cold, that doesn't mean that you just stop taking care of yourself, because that's how you start to feel, First, in terms of what we're putting in our body and just like the inner aspect of it, food. Don't start just munching on everything or just eating takeout all the time. Meal prep, okay? I'm gonna have a whole other video about meal prepping. Probably not in those 25 videos for Christmas, but you know what? Maybe I'll change my mind now that I'm thinking about it. That's a very important thing to do, meal prepping. So I'm going to talk all about the importance of it, how to meal prep, how to make it easy. It doesn't have to take hours and hours. So meal prep, that's very important, because if you have healthy, good food that you enjoy, it's very important. We're not doing boring bland foods here. Foods that you enjoy at home, then you won't want to just eat takeout all the time or just be snacking on everything else between meals. So still meal prep, still eat good, nutritious foods. It's very important to make yourself feel good. I know for me, if I eat a lot of processed foods, I would say like one day is fine. If it's a second day in a row, I'm still eating like trash, I feel so terrible. My digestion is terrible, but also I feel so lethargic. I feel like bloated and tired. I don't want to be doing anything and lazy, and that's not good for anybody. Whereas when I eat good food and I feel nutritious and I get my protein and I get my fruit and vegetables, then I feel like I have so much energy, like I could conquer the world, So that's the energy that we want around here. The second thing for taking care of yourself is exercise. A lot of people start the year with like New Year's resolution and the gyms being all full and things like that, and then it slowly starts getting emptier and emptier and emptier, but not us, right? Just because, again, it's dark, that doesn't mean that you can't go to the gym. Just because it's cold, that doesn't mean that you can go to the gym. Your gym is probably inside, right? So you're gonna be fine in the 30 seconds that you're outside from the parking lot to the gym. Most of us have a car, we drive there. Even if you don't have a car, and you're like, okay, I really can't go to the gym, like, okay, that doesn't mean you can't exercise. That's different. If you can't go to the gym, then find a way to do it at home. It might be less convenient, but then you have to find a way to make it work. You can be a Pilates princess if you want, or you can go on a walk, and you might be like, oh, a walk during winter. Yeah, I feel like I'm so scared of like slipping on ice. So even if you can't go on a walk outside, then get yourself a walking pad or a treadmill or something. Or if you can't afford it, then find videos on YouTube and exercise. Do something, okay? Don't do nothing. Especially if you're used to working out, but then when it comes winter, then you don't. Why? Like, whatever reason, you just told me or told yourself, that's not a good enough reason probably. So exercise. And again, for me, I like to go to the gym still and lift weights. So even if it's winter, I don't care what time of the year it is, I'm still gonna go 4 to 5 times a week, but you don't have to do that. You can go 2 to 3 days a week. Or, like I said, you can have a different style of exercise that you like, but move your body. Please move your body. Also try to get your steps in. If you can afford to get a treadmill or walking pad, that's gonna make things easier in terms of you not having to go outside, and you'll be able to do your work from home. My brother just got a walking pad, and he works from home actually, so that's perfect because he could just walk from time to time while he's just working. So that saves a lot of time, I would say, that saves a lot of time, I would say. Killing two birds with one stone is what we call it, I think. But if you don't, then try to either like walk around the house or something, or even when you're at work, maybe just like, I don't know, just walk around the office from time to time. Okay, maybe don't walk around the office, that's not what I mean, but like go on more like bathroom breaks, or try to stand up a little bit more. I work in an office, so every hour and a half, I still stand up and, go use the bathroom or something like that, or go refill my water bottle. Just like try to get your steps in whenever you can. And then if you can't do any of those, then just you have to walk outside if you don't have any other place to walk. If you have a gym, you can walk at the gym on the treadmill too. But again, I'm just trying to like eliminate all your excuses. Like just get your steps in and exercise. Very important. The third thing is the third thing about self-care, because we're still on step 1. I feel like this is going to be a long episode, and I feel like all the episodes are going to be maybe pretty long, but we'll see. Self-care. Moisturize is very important. I feel a little bit weird saying that to you guys because I need to get better at it, but I'm getting better at it. Like this week I've been moisturizing a little bit more, but I usually have like pretty dry skin, especially when winter comes. My hands get really dry, and even like my face, I have to remember to always moisturize. So now every time when I'm coming out of the shower, I'm making sure to moisturize my whole body, and then to very often be moisturizing my hands as well. So that's very important. Also lip balm. Lips also get very dry and very chapped, and sometimes when that happens, you also just want to like pull at it until like starts bleeding, or maybe it's just me. You know what I'm talking about? Just like play with like that dry skin and then it rips off. Don't do that. Just keep I can't speak. Keep some chapstick on you at all times, and just keep moisturizing your whole body and your lips as well. I would recommend keeping a little bottle of lotion as well as a little chapstick in your car, so you could have it at any point, but especially the bottle of lotion. I don't know if that's a good idea for like everywhere around the world. I feel like it's a good idea for most places. I live in Edmonton, Canada, so I will let you know if my bottle of lotion freezes when it's like -40, but maybe I can find a way to make it work. Hopefully if it's in the glove box, it's gonna be okay. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, also wear gloves and wear toques or beanies. Sometimes, not anymore I would say, but I used to think, oh my god, I can't wear like gloves yet or like a toque yet because nobody else is wearing it and like it's not snowing yet. It's getting cold, but it's not quite snowing a lot yet, so I'm gonna wait until people wear it so I start wearing it, because I don't want to feel like I'm so out of place, especially since I've only been in Canada for like 5 years. So I'm like, I just want to fit in, you know. Now I don't care. I get really cold. I get very cold, so I'm gonna be wearing my gloves even if nobody else is wearing it. I don't care. I have soft, delicate, very sensitive hands, so wear gloves so you protect yourself. Again, and beanies, and I just tried to buy cute gloves and cute beanies as well for especially the start of the winter. When it gets really cold to like -40 and things like this, then I have to wear gloves that actually can protect me from that and not just any cute ones. But for as long as I can, I just try to like get very cute ones so I can just still pair it with my outfit and it just looks like it's all on purpose and all together and just part of the outfit. You know what I mean? And the next thing is to cover up. So when it's starting getting cold, make sure you're covering up and layering up, sorry, so you don't get sick, okay? I feel like this time that I'm recording it at, it's like November 25th that I'm filming this video, and I feel like everybody's getting sick right now. I haven't, but you know, I'm a little bit worried, but I'm really trying to like layer up and dress warm as much as possible, especially when the temperature kind of goes up and down and up and down. That's not great. But all of those things that I talk about, that's to allow you to feel good inside, or most of the things that I've talked about for like the taking care of yourself things. Like I said, if you feel good inside, you will likely feel better outside. But if you don't have those basic things set, then doing the other things on that list might not help as much because you might still feel kind of like I said. The second thing to romanticize winter is to go shopping and get holiday nails done. For my girlies who like new clothes, get yourself a new Christmas sweater or a sweater dress, or even just some new gloves or a beanie like I was talking about. You don't have to spend $400 in getting new clothes, but you can get one new thing. Like, even if you can't afford to get like a lot or to get something expensive, you can afford to get a new beanie or something like that, right? And again, I know like we're all trying to save and things like that, but I don't want you to feel like you can't spend any money, because we're also trying to attract getting more money. So like if you're always thinking that you don't have enough, like I feel like that's a little bit counterintuitive to what we're trying to achieve. So even if it's just spending on like a cute little toque, that's like $15 less, maybe $7, I'm not sure. So just, you know, don't get coffee for a day or two and like buy yourself a cute beanie if you want to, of course, if that's something that makes you happy. But for me, having this new thing that I want to like wear to like go out and like make plans, it just like makes me want to make those plans more. And also getting holiday nails done. I mean, like if you're a girl who gets her nails done, maybe try a holiday design this time. Last winter I had teal nails. I think it was like, I don't know if it was between like blue and green, so I think that would be like more like teal. It was a beautiful color. And then I had like snowflakes designs and things like that, and it was so pretty. I really love this. I might do the same again the next time I get my nails done, actually, but it just made me romanticize winter quite a bit more, and I didn't even do it on purpose. I just kind of like, let's just get it. But yeah, get like cute holiday nails done. I personally don't like going all kind of my nails being too in your face. I know some people like their nails a lot more flashier. Maybe red is flashy in your opinion, I don't know, but for me I like it like, for example, I have red nails right now, but they're plain red. And then when I got the ombre nails that were holiday design, it was a little bit more subtle. So it was like the teal color and white as the ombre, and then it had like the white snowflakes and things like that. But I thought it was subtle until you came close. So that's what I like. But if you want to add sparkle to it, like if you want to, I don't know, make it look flashy from a mile away, you do that, whatever is going to make you feel comfortable. And you need to get those things done, like the new clothes or the new nails. And if you have to get your lashes done too, if you usually like that, like why not? Like the holidays are coming, get your lashes done too, girl. And you need to be all ready and cute and ready to go, because step 3 is to be your movie character. I think I just mentioned that briefly, but think about it. All the Christmas movies, all the holiday movies, all the movies that happen in winter, how are the main characters? Are they alone in their room, sad, lonely? If they are, I'm not sure what movies you're watching, but we're watching very different movies. The ones that I watch, those characters are going out and doing stuff and going to holiday markets and going ice skating, and a lot of them are princesses. That's not the point. Actually, Actually, you can be a princess too. You can be your own princess. But how fun are the main characters in those movies, right? That's what I mean. They're super fun. So make a mood board with your winter aesthetic and then just be that character. So for example, for me, I like being very girly. And like I mentioned, like the movies that I'm watching, they're like princesses and they're like very kind of like soft and delicate and like la 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 kind of vibe during winter. So they're maybe like ice skating or walking around like shopping, like holiday markets, like I just mentioned again. I don't know why I'm repeating myself, but my mood board would be kind of those aesthetics, like the cute nails again, the nice little beanies, like maybe like even cuddling up in a blanket or kind of things like that and having hot chocolate. Really kind of like soft, girly winter vibes. That all of those make me super happy. Even like maybe trying new things out there. But maybe your aesthetic is something a little bit more adventurous during winter. Maybe you like, I was gonna say winter hikes. Is that a thing? As you can tell, I'm not really into hikes, but anyway, if you have a little bit more of an adventurous side to yourself, then your mood board would be very different from mine. But have one with your winter aesthetic, the clothes, the places that you want to go, the food, the type of food that you love during winter. And then also create a playlist along with that. So you have your mood board and you have your playlist of the holiday. You can have holiday music if you want, but it doesn't just have to be holiday music. Just whatever music that makes you feel good when it's cold outside and when it's like dark outside. So it doesn't have to be like a bright sunny day for you to enjoy this type of music. You would enjoy it and would make you feel happy at any point. For example, just the song Happy by Pharrell Williams. You know the song Happy, because I'm happy. Anyway, even that song, that would be in my playlist, because even if it's like not happy vibes like people would necessarily like stereotypically think about happy vibes outside, it can still, like, I still picture myself strutting down the street that's covered in snow playing this or like walking to this, right? So make your playlist that you would like to listen. A lot of those again can be like Christmas music or holiday music or whatever you like, but just be your own movie character. Don't be arrogant. Sometimes I feel like when I say that, people construe it as like kind of like not being super friendly and welcoming and approachable. I love people. I love being friendly and being approachable and like, I don't know, just having people around and just being nice to people and talking and hanging out with them. But I also, so like me being my main character, I'm not putting anybody else down, but sometimes I just don't think about everybody else and what I need to do for everybody else, right? Just think about what you need to do for yourself, and then when people are coming to talk to you, still talk to them and you're still nice. I just wanted to put that out there. Let me know if that didn't make sense, but essentially you can be your main character in your movie without having to feel like you're making everybody else become less than. Because if you think about it, in your life, everybody else is already a side character, and that's fine. They can be great side characters, but you're the main one. I spent way too much time talking about this. You got the point. Step 4 is to make plans. Listen, you can't put your life on pause for like 3 months to maybe even 6 months. If again, I live in Canada, have pretty long winters. You can't just put your life on hold. Like, no. Still make plans with your family. Don't neglect your family. Don't neglect your parents. Make plans with them. Have like date nights with them. I'm having a movie night with my parents tomorrow. I just started doing that. Like, tomorrow is the first day that I actually like planned something. I was like, guys, okay, let's just like have like a whole movie night. Like, not just a little bit, but like a whole movie night where we just like sit down and have popcorn. I'm gonna make like some hot chocolate. Or we just like, all we do is just spending time together, and like we like planned a date for us. I don't know if you still call it a date, but it doesn't matter. But I kind of want to do that every week or every maybe every 2 weeks, but at least every month, once every month at least. And I live with my parents, so that's why I say once every month, because I still see them every day. But a lot of times I notice that seeing them every day is not the same as spending quality time with them. So I might see them every day, but I'm just talking to them for a couple minutes here and there. So that's not good. Your parents love you, so just try to make time for them. You're not too busy for your parents. But also for your friends, try to make time for your friends from time to time. My friends sometimes say I'm bad at this because they have to like schedule with me. That's not really it. I just don't do last minute plans. Like I usually have my week planned ahead. And so at least a couple days I would need, but sometimes, especially the weekends, I might already have plans, right? But then like at least once every couple weeks, I still like to hang out with like some of my friends, or just like, you know, make plans with them or things like that. I need to get a little bit better at it, but yeah, just still hang out with your friends. And if that's something that you do regularly anyway, don't stop doing it because it's winter. That's what I mean. If you have a partner, obviously, I feel like if you have a partner, you're already spending time with them. I don't really need to add that. I feel like family and friends are people we kind of put on the side, especially when we're in a relationship. At least I feel like I did when I was in my relationship, which I'm gonna make sure to not do in my next relationship. But yeah, spend time with your partner, go out with your partner, but also yourself. Whether or not you have a partner, go on solo dates. I'm started doing that and it feels so good. I don't have to wait on anybody to go anywhere now. I want to go to watch the Taylor Swift Eras tour. I'm going tonight by myself. I did go on 2 solo dates already. So I went on one last week and then the first one the week before. But I want to do one every week now, even if it's something simple. The worst case, I'm just going to a cafe and just spending a little bit of time with myself, just a nice little frappuccino, probably decaf, because I don't do very well with caffeine. But just a solo date every week, whether or not I'm in a relationship, I really want to keep doing that. I love it. So today, my solo date, today or this week, my solo date is going to watch the Taylor Swift Eras tour. I'm going tonight. It's gonna be like the like theaters with like the recliner seats and everything, so I'm super excited. Actually, see how I plan things. It's supposed to be tomorrow. I had planned it for tomorrow. Then I asked my brother, hey, are you gonna be home tonight? And he said, no, not tonight. I asked him that yesterday, actually. He's like, no, not Saturday. I have plans, but I'm free on Sunday. Why? So then I said for the movie night and things like this, but if he's here tomorrow, then I rearranged my schedule because I was free tonight. I was like, you know what? I'll go to the cinema today and then we'll do the movie night tomorrow at home. So that worked out and I was able to kind of like get both of those done in a week. Sometimes it's hard to rearrange things like that, especially if I had something with a friend. It's harder to like rearrange things like that. And then if that was the case, that's fine because I made the plans a little bit later with my family. But now I'm gonna try to make it earlier so that I can prioritize all of those things in my life. So solo dates super important, still make plans. And those plans include kind of everything. There are so many things that are just around for this season, right? So things like seeing the lights that are out for Christmas. Like, I don't really know the names of those things, but they're like little like light shows that you can go to. The holiday market. I don't think I've ever been to a Christmas market or a holiday market. Can you believe this? I need to go this year. I'm gonna go on a solo date, or if my mom wants to come, then we'll just go on a mom and daughter date. But we're gonna go to a holiday market this year. And then there's holiday events. There's like events happening like around the city, and again, it depends on where you live too. There may be more or less happening, but you can also go outdoor skating or just trying new things in the city or town you live in, or even doing something cozy at home. Like I love just like moving out with like a blanket and hot chocolate, or even not even moving it. I don't actually watch that many movies, surprisingly, even though I said I'm watching something today and tomorrow. But I usually just watch like 15 minutes of something and then that's it. But even those like 15 minutes, like just cozy in a blanket. Maybe after I'll have a book, I'll start reading, still under my blanket, still with my hot chocolate, with my little teddy bear. Or you can have a paint night. Like that's something you could do at home too. Have your fuzzy socks and there will still be, paint night could be at home or you could go out to do it. That both of those are fun. I was just thinking at home because like fuzzy socks and blankets still. Can you tell I love fuzzy socks and blankets and hot chocolate? Anyway, so yeah, Christmas movies is the next one. I think I mentioned ice castles. If I didn't, that's also another thing you can go to. You can build a snowman. I don't think I've even built a snowman ever, because I'm originally from Mauritius, which is like a small island on the east coast of Madagascar, and we don't have snow there. So the first time I saw snow was like 5 years ago when I moved to Canada. So there's a big difference anyway in the temperature there. That was like 20-ish degrees, 20 to 30 degrees Celsius all year round, to here from like minus 40 to 40 degrees. So, you know, but just remember that there are some things that you can only do during winter. So you have to enjoy the season you are in. I talk about that. My coach actually mentions this quite a bit for my fitness journey. So I have a fitness coach. So she always tells me to enjoy the season that I'm in regards to nutrition and fitness. But it's the same for life. Just enjoy the actual season that you're in, because you're gonna blink and it's gonna be over and it's gonna be the next season. So enjoy it, and again, just be the main character in one of those movies. Step 5 is holiday baking. I haven't done that yet this year. I don't think I've ever done that either. There's so many things that I'm talking about that I haven't done, but I really need to. I need to romanticize winter a lot more too. But holiday baking, I've been really excited this year to do it. I just didn't have time yet, but I really want to start baking cookies. I don't even know what flavors really would be considered like winter flavors or holiday flavors. I start thinking of like gingerbread. Is gingerbread a flavor, or would it just be ginger cookies? Anyway, maybe like pumpkin spice, or that's just fall. I don't really know. See, I don't know. Somebody told me that anything like vanilla, but I just have like red, green, and white sprinkles on it would just make it a holiday, or fudge or something like that. But I want to bake during the holidays, and I'm gonna call that holiday baking, okay? Anyway, step 6 is to decorate for the season. Look for inspiration on Pinterest and decorate your house or your room, wherever you can decorate for that season. So that could be maybe taking the blankets out, or even like if you didn't put up your tree, you probably put up your tree because it's like December at this point. If you haven't, put up your Christmas tree and have, like, don't just like rush into putting it up. Like, actually enjoy the moment that you're putting it up, that you're decorating it, that you're putting up the, what is it called? The big socks. I forget. Whatever it is that you put, whatever it is that we just like hang and like put gifts in it, like that thing. Okay, you can clearly tell that English is not my first language. Anyway, so decorate for the season. I think that's gonna really help you embrace winter. And step 7 is to make sure you get enough light, even if you need artificial light, because we know it's getting dark very soon, very early, so you might not be able to get like sunlight. If you can during the day, that would be awesome. Like, try to get as much as possible, like naturally, of course. But if you can't, that's okay. You can still get artificial light. There's some on Amazon even, I think. I'll try to link some below. But yeah, try to get some light, because it does, apparently has been proven to make you still feel better and still give you that effect of like what sunlight would be giving you in terms of your mood. So yeah, especially if you tend to suffer from seasonal depression. I don't, but if you tend to, maybe that can help. So at least give it a try, right? Doesn't hurt to try it, and it's always nice when it's like a little bit brighter. So make your house brighter. Like, even if you have to buy like fairy lights or have like a nice mood, either have it like, the fairy lights wouldn't be like super bright, but it would still be like a nice cozy mood, or just like make things bright at home. Step 8 is to get a new hobby. If you already have a hobby and you don't have a lot of time to add a new one, then just like keep doing your hobby, right? But if you don't, I feel like during summer we tend to like go out and do stuff more, and during winter we have this time, we just don't have things to do with it, and that might end up making us feel like a little bit bored and things like that. So you could even if that's like painting or knitting or learning an instrument, something that's like indoor, you can do that. Or if you want to go out, you can learn to skate or ski or snowboard, or you can like go outside the house, but not something that's like outdoors. You could take a dance class or something. Last winter I was doing heel dancing. I'm gonna get back into it, but right now I got surgery for my ACL, so I can't get back into dancing in heels yet. But you know, like do something, get a new hobby, just like keep yourself like active and occupied. And the hobby doesn't have to be active. You could learn to sing, for example, but just kind of like have something to look forward to. That's a big thing, and that you're enjoying and you're progressing at, and that's really going to allow you to not have much time to be thinking about the weather. Step 9 is to focus on self-development. That's very important all year round, but you can start now. You can start during winter. Read books. Books are super important. That's literally like knowledge that a lot of those people would pay so much money to be able to have some of their time, to be able to talk to them, ask them questions, or have them like mentor us, I don't know, things like this, so just to get some advice from them. So you're getting all those in like a book that's like $20. Like, why not? Why are you not doing it? If you just say I'm not a reader, stop telling yourself that. A lot of it is mindset. People just don't want to read. I feel like we're so lazy, we just don't want to read. Just read like 10 pages before you go to bed. It doesn't take that long. Even if you're a slow reader, I'm a slow reader, and sometimes, you know, I'd rather do something else than read. I'd rather just scroll on my phone on Instagram. But then you build the habit, you build a routine, and then you find something that you like. Start with something that you like. You know, even if you're not reading at all, I would say you can start with reading fiction. If you have trouble sleeping, you can read fiction. But if you really want to like work in self-development, then nonfiction is what you have to read, obviously. But just start reading something, even if it's small, and start with something popular, something that people say you will get a lot of knowledge out of. So usually those books tend to be pretty good and not super bland, because a lot of people have recommended them, so they're still pretty good. Like you can start with like Think and Grow Rich or Rich Dad Poor Dad. Rich Dad Poor Dad is actually one of the first self-development books that I've read, and I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. Or a lot of people like Atomic Habits and things like that. Atomic Habits is actually one of the books holding up my camera right now. So it's useful in more ways than one. But yeah, start reading. Super important. Start reading, even if it's a little bit before bed. Again, or you can, like I keep saying in this episode, cozy up with a blanket, some hot chocolate, some fuzzy socks, and read. You don't have to read for an hour. You don't have to read for even 30 minutes, just 10 minutes if you have to start, but start somewhere. You have plenty of time to be quiet and reflect and learn during winter. So even start meditating, start working on affirmations. You might find a lot more that you tend to have negative self-talk. Again, as people outside tend to talk a lot more negatively because of the weather, because of everything. You don't have to be like, what are you talking about? It's a great weather. If you don't want to say that, if you don't believe that, that's fine. But just don't keep saying the same thing and agreeing to it, because the more you agree to, when people are like, oh, this is so gross out there, look, it's already dark, and you're like, oh my god, yeah, it's so gross, the more they're gonna talk to you about it, right? So don't change the way you think about winter completely. Oh, actually, that's the next step. That was step 11, but I'm going to talk about it now. It's a good segue. So change the way you think about winter, and positive self-talk is very important. Like I said earlier, enjoy the season you're in. It's not going to be winter forever. It's going to be winter for a little bit. Enjoy it and welcome it. Welcome the snow, welcome the colder months or the colder days. Just like it's fine. It's gonna come either way, so you might as well just welcome it with open arms. And then you cover up and you take things, you do things that you have to do on your end to make sure you're not getting sick, or you're covering up and it's not too painful, but you know, layer up and things like that. But enjoy the season you're in. Stop just complaining about winter so much. Stop telling yourself you're gonna feel depressed already. Like, stop putting those in your head. Obviously those other steps are gonna help you to do that and not feel like so terrible about it. But also a lot of it is how we talk. Let's be honest. A lot of it is how we think about it. Sometimes like months before we're already kind of dreading it. There's no reason to dread winter. Okay, just be safe out there. You drive a little slower, just take life a little slower. Think of it as, oh, that's great actually. Think of it as a good moment to slow down. A lot of us are always in rush mode. Everything is rushed. You wake up 10 minutes before you have to leave, and then you're just rushing out the door, and then you're rushing on the streets, on the roads, and then have no patience for other people. Everything is rushed. Just take a moment to just slow down. So winter is good. Winter is not bad at all. And then, because I talked about this step first as step 10, step 11 now is try to fix your sleep schedule. So use the fact that it's getting dark sooner to your advantage, because a lot of us don't sleep enough. We sleep way too late, and then we tend to wake up later if we can, or we just don't get enough sleep. And then we say that we can't really sleep early because it's just, especially during summer, because it's still bright out. Honestly, I can still fall asleep at like 9:30 even if it's like completely bright out. If I have to wake up at like 5:30 the next day, I just get used to it. But I had to start at some point, right? I had to start going to bed early to wake up earlier. So if you're going to bed at 1 a.m. every night, that's not great. So like, unless your work forces you to do something like that, like if you're working shift work and things like that, do what you can, you know. But for most of us, don't. If you're just scrolling on your phone until 1 a.m. or 2 a.m., just like go to bed earlier and then wake up earlier and do something more productive. And yeah, that was my 11 steps on how to romanticize winter. I didn't add having a hot drink to it, but I feel like that's one of the things to add to the mood board, like a nice warm drink. Sometimes I still like cold drinks even during winter, like frappuccinos, but you know. So thank you very much for listening to that episode. The next episode, episode 3, is going to be about morning and evening routine, so make sure to come back for that tomorrow. Again, thank you for tuning in. I'm really excited to have you here, and have a great winter. Bye-bye.